La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Hello there. It's been quite a bit, hasn't it? And well, without any explanation, we'll just dive right into it. We are unboxing a shipment I got from Godzilla.com, the Godzilla store online. And we're going to, just open it and talk about some stuff because that's what I want to talk about. There will be another video talking more about what we're doing later. Alrighty, here is the box, and I am just going to pull some stuff out. Now, all this is from the same company. It's called Super7, and they make a bunch of fun little toys. And specifically, all these but one thing are replicas of older Japanese toys. So this first one here is, well, obviously it's a Godzilla from the Reaction series. And we'll just read here. The King of Monsters toys, the Marusan Godzilla, was the first Godzilla vinyl figure ever produced. And this is a replica of that because those are very expensive. They're called Sofubi, soft vinyl toys. This is not soft nor vinyl, and it's not 9 inches tall, but the packaging is nice. Key thing, adult collectible, not a toy. And I'm sure, and I'm sorry if I upset people that are collectors or whatnot, but I don't like keeping things in boxes. So I am, in fact, opening this. Again, I'm sorry. Fun sticker. And I am not graceful with this at all. See, look at that. But, that's what we're here for. Nitty-gritty. And I am making a mess. Take this off camera, but I'm sure you can hear it. Lots of plastic, which isn't great, but I now have it. Alrighty, so this is a replica of the first Godzilla soft vinyl toy in Japan. I am a big fan of this particular orange. Now that I don't live in Tennessee anymore, I can say that I do like the light white to cream color and orange without being accused of being a UT Vols fan. Rocky Top. So they made a couple variations of these, and I apologize. I'm just talking to stuff that I've learned in the last few days. But they have a straight tail, and then they have a J tail. And this is a J tail. And it's nice. Texture-wise, this is definitely not soft vinyl. It's hard plastics. You can see, I believe, you can see the, very much like the original vinyl, they would have the stamping here. I apologize, I don't know what the SAN stands for, but you can see it is licensed by Toho. It is made by Super7, and this was assembled in Vietnam. And I like it. I kind of like, Godzilla kind of has it's almost like a turtle face. I like it. A little bit discolored. The teeth are shiny. We'll talk about it more later. So I have definitely been on a Godzilla figure toy buying kick for a little bit now. And the opening of the Godzilla American store online has very much enabled this. Thankfully, I am price limited. But we'll talk more about some of the stuff I already have. But this interest in the multicolored stuff is very recent, and it coincides with my decided love of Sofubi toys, which are very expensive. And that's a good thing in this case, because I do not have a lot of money. But this was nice. I believe it was about $15, $16. I'm not sure. Like I said, I ordered this through the Godzilla store, but you can order this from the Super7 store directly. And I like it. It's fun. So he will go over here, and we will move on to the next thing. And we'll go ahead and pull out a specific one. And now this is not a replica of a Sofubi, but this is an action figure from, again, Super7, and I'm sure there was an actual collection line, but this is specifically the, I do not remember, I want to say it's the cherry red, cherry tree color from the Reaction series. And it specifically was released, Rose Blossom, so Cherry Blossom. It was released with both Jet Jaguar and Godzilla 1954, which is the original Godzilla. I could have bought a pair, but I opted just for Jet Jaguar because I'm not editing this, so we're keeping the dogs in. I'm getting it because I didn't, I like the Jet Jaguar more, and I don't think I needed both. And I don't have a lot of Jet Jaguar. In fact, I only have some pins and the Jet Jaguar from the anime, which doesn't look like Jet Jaguar. So, it looks a little rough in this light. Like, this looks a little bit more just like a darker red and just a dark gray. But it's red, and it's kind of a pink. And again, apologies to the collectors. I am going to open this box. I'm just going to do it all off camera. Wow. I feel bad. I don't really know the Jet Jaguar song super great. I just know that punch, punch, punch. All right. So, Cherry Blossom, Jet Jaguar. You can see again, this light isn't perfect for it, but this is more of a rose. And it's nice because it just kind of ascends into more of a silver. It's kind of a fade into it, and that's nice. I don't know. I liked it. I liked seeing the picture of it online. It's not very big. It might even be a little distorted. I feel like while Jet Jaguar does have a very large head, this feels a little bit too big for the body size. But, there's not much to these toys. And again, it's hard plastic. Since it's not a replica of a more, like an older toy, there's no stamping here. I don't know if it's on his back of his thighs. That's a good place for it. This puppy is made in China. But it's nice, a little bit of articulation. I'm not super big on articulation, but it's nice. I think the biggest thing that I've noticed here is what I like about the Super 7s is they are very fidgetable. This is durable. I'd have to really try to break some of this. And it's just nice. There's hard points, especially that. Ooh, that is nice. That's nice and sharp. But I like it. And it'll look nice in my collection. I'd love to get this under a better light so you can really see the cherry blossom, like rose color. But even still, in this light, I like it. And I will put it over here with the Marusan J-tail. And we will go into the last two things. I'm just going to remove this box. And what I got, and Super 7 is great about this, is they have some blind boxes. Now, very similar. It's the same concept with the J-tail. Is they have these Marusan 3.75 L-tail versions of blind boxes, and you can get the clear green, the black and silver, the vintage brown, Hawaii, which, if you know a little bit about Sofubi, I guess like there was a whole big thing of stuff that was sold exclusively in Hawaii that has fun colors. And so those Sofubis are really rare and expensive. And they have like mystery stuff. Kind of the same spiel as the other one. This is a replica of the original vinyl figure. We'll look at it a little bit more now. They were produced between 1966 and 68. I don't believe Marusan exists as a company anymore, but if it does, my apologies. And I've already gotten one of these blind boxes before, and I have the clear green one. So there is a good chance I'll get duplicates on that, but you know what, that's okay. I'm not worried about it. These are just fun. I like the blind box. It's nice to get a fun surprise, and I have no idea what the mystery stuff looks like, so that might be cool. And you know, for if we're gonna talk hoping what I hope to get, I hope I get a Hawaiian. And let's see. I hope we get the mystery. But let's see. We will try to open this on camera if I can do it gracefully. Not really, but here we are. This is box number 1. It comes in a nice plastic figure. I will put that back there because I'm a big fan of the box. I'm not going to keep it, but I'm a fan of the box. And how about we just go ahead and open the other one too. So I'm just kind of feeling it through. You know, they're saying it's the L tail, but this really feels like the... No, it's definitely different. Put that down. And we are going to open the other box even less gracefully. You know, I brought the knife out here to do this nicely, but savagery is the day. So, here we go. I got 2 of them. You know, they're the same model, so I have no idea. But, again, for texture and feel, this is just nice. I like it. It's exciting. Let's see. We'll do this one first since that's the first one we opened. And I'm doing this behind the camera. So we'll see if I can do that. Probably not. I am going to cheat now, and probably more dangerous, and we will use my dinky little knife that I like. Always cut away. Oh goodness, that doesn't even want to work either. Maybe we'll just do the second one off camera. Yeah. All right, because that, geez, that was not any better. All righty. Ooh, looks like we have the brown one, which, now that I'm seeing it in person, looks pretty okay. So you can see it is the L tail, so it doesn't hook as much as the J. Excuse me. But I like that. That looks nice in person. Definitely more fun than you see in the box. You know, obviously I kind of like the brighter colors, because who doesn't? But this is nice. So otherwise it's essentially the same thing. You know, same model-wise, other than the tail. Same setup where you have the stuff on the bottom. Focus. I'm sure that says Vietnam. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I like it. Same deal like I was talking about the Jet Jaguar. You know, it's what's what I like about Super7. It's like, you know, they're not exactly... I mean, this is obviously this is what Godzilla looks like in any form or whatever, but that's what the toy looked like. But that's not really Super7's deal, at least with these smaller reaction figures. They're not here for accuracy. I have a couple other ones that, you know, are very up and down, and, you know, I don't know. I just like it. You know, they have their own little niche. And the best thing about Super7, and like this case, is they're not, I mean, as far as these toys and collectibles go, they're not expensive. All of these are under $20. And it's fine. I have a 1984 Godzilla, and gosh, I can't even think of what I have. I have a Voltron. They have the Voltron in a blind box as well, with like the same setup that I really want to get, but I'm trying to resist because, you know, money. But that's enough procrastinating. Let's go ahead and open that second one. I will do this off camera. I will let you know this is completely not as graceful as the others. And I'm not sure. This is definitely not the Hawaiian one. Definitely not. Because this is green and gold, but it's got the same kind of like chrome thing. I do wonder if these glow in the dark. I can't think of a graceful way to do that on camera. We'll just, you know, we can check that out later. But I like that. Yeah, this isn't the Hawaiian, so it must be one of the unknowns. So, hey, that's cool. 1 out of 2 on that. But this is nice. I like the colors. It's very, yeah. The paint is nice. I like the, you know, there's no fading or anything. It's just kind of like the yellow goldish up and kind of like a watermelon green. And, yeah, the white that fades in. I like that. Yeah. You know, with these wider, and you don't see it as much in the darker ones, but in these lighter ones, you definitely definitely feels turtle-ish, especially like at this angle. But that's cool. I like that all the teeth are silver on these. It just kind of pops. Same deal. Vietnam. So, yeah. Let's take a look at our haul. We got 3 Godzillas. 1 J-tail, 2 L-tails, otherwise the same. And we got Jetjaguar. Punch, punch, punch. So yeah, these are the 4 J7. Let's try to get Super7 reaction figures that I got in this latest shipment. We'll do some more stuff like this because this was fun for me. I have no idea what this will look like yet, a finished product. You'll know before I do. I don't have a really good workspace to do this sort of thing, but this seemed to work okay. Dogs behave for the most part. And, well, since this is on my iPhone, I'm just using the iPhone microphone, but I think it'll be okay for now. There's going to be a video probably after this airs of me sort of, talking about the channel and stuff I want to do now. And I will talk to you then. This has been going on for a little bit. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.